There are so many things that happen that are unexpected learnings that then get lost if you don't have your audio, because it's every periodically you got to have a pokey thing to get the dirt stuff out of the speaker hole. It's a little hole. My pokey thing has evolved. All right, that's all. That's enough said. What did we miss? Well, there was going to be a channeling session maybe, and working up to it to find out there wasn't going to happen and didn't need to. Uncovered some things. Now this has happened to me multiple times though. It's like very weird because my brothers, when I let him know, I had to let him know something because he almost got his ass kicked too. Although I did clear him and had enough of the information from my use of him, I put him in the court system in my simulation as him as I best could get him. Now he was cleared, but I had to bring some stuff up that would already trouble him because he was accused of a crime of that of. Well, see, this is the problem. I don't even want to see this. He was exonerated. The problem is my ex-wife. Actually, this was the issue. Even the evilness that would cause the crime, that was the accusation, was her. It would be her doing it, not him. And she had said she did to someone else she shouldn't be fucking with. So how do you even take that information? I notice where I don't even bring it up and how it's like not even something I want to deal with. But my mother must have noticed this because she'd start to poke certain areas and try to get at shit that way too. Now, see, I'm finding this out secondhand because I've remembered things and gone through some of the process. But my mother's negativity, though, and trauma infliction was another level because I asked my brother for some of the negative experiences of his own self and just in a text, just went about my business. Didn't even need them. But but that's where I was. I know, it's so weird. But anyway, I did learn some things. Very strange. But with the way that this person affects the world, it would affect the world again in ways unknown and not good. The memories that would bubble up out of other people that I don't even know possibly could be horrible memories. But my brother did clear me up. He put some of the lens into perspective, and I appreciate that. I let him know every time. Although when he unexpectedly lets me down, I'll keep it to myself. Because like with the marriage, eh, I swear. And then, because I thought he would have held it together, I don't think he cares. I don't know. Mine was a fight all the way through, in a way, and that's just the way it is. But with him getting this put on him, it caused a shot of doubt that it needed me to go into my own self to figure it out. And he was offended that this even came up again because I don't think he recognized the first time, though, because I told him what had occurred and he had said whatever. But I had to go through a process for his case because he would lie. He would lie. I know that. I don't have to bring that up. That's maybe a sore point on his side, but I do think I get enough of what I needed him to get to for my purposes that I'm satisfied because I am. He put some things into perspective very well, at least with my stepdad, because his role that he's currently in, how it has played itself out into his continuing life shit, now has made sense in a way that it wasn't there at all. Now this is from his, now I can transfer to him some of the whopper that has been waiting in the backed up line that needs to go to him anyway. Now he would be accepting all of this, but what I'm saying is to get it into the right format has the line. There's things that have to go at certain times. And first, I'm not ready immediately. You can't get from somebody that's impacting you as soon as they're gone. It's not like you're going to be able to dispense that information. You have to process, reflect, blah 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 blah. And then what if you're not capable? Well, then, there's a lot of factors, but so a lot of weird shit has come up. But like the departure in the world after life, it's like there's two different places where you can know your parents to be. Unfortunately, my mother, I believe, if I imagined out in space, there's some planet out there, she's on that planet. But for my dad, I get the disappearing off the radar of the other realm, which is, I guess, the spirit realm. Now, this is weird because the same thing occurred when they were talking about Planet X, and all the Anunnaki shit came out into the consciousness of the people. And for a period of time, people were saying Planet X was coming in, blah blah blah. So in my mind, I would associate these beings from a planet, but it slowly just went into the ground underneath my feet. And I'm like, well, that's kind of strange. You know, what about the Planet X? Who gives a fuck? It's not real, not a real thing. That's well, if it's not a real thing. Where did the Anunnaki come from? They're Atlanteans. Did you just come to that conclusion? Well, I'm ended up with that conclusion. That's the way you're going to run your machine. Yeah, actually, because the amount of focused attention able to give to these areas, even if I'm interested, is only so much. But what I noticed from my intuition, I found some incredible things can occur with your intuition, and it's worth sacrificing it just to keep it online. Because if you do that and you develop it, maybe up until fucking 10 years from now, about 10 years from now, it'll be developed up into the point where a lot of things that you would put in the way that are going to get knocked out, it'll be way better of positioned. Now, maybe that doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't make sense to most people, but it's like if you start kicking in, you say you don't have any psychic abilities at all. You never picture stuff in your mind, just flashes of stuff that affects you in any way. You wouldn't consider that as a thing. But as it is going to be more increasing with some of the cosmic activated whatever solar shit you get, it all comes through the sun to the earth. So it's not like I can say that for sure. We get it from the sun, and it's whatever's coming from outside of the thing is being processed by the sun's energy. It's weird, but that's the way it is. And the sun modulates it, and it makes sense because the sun is like the king of the solar system or the boss man or whatever you want to fucking think. It distributes to each planet these effects, and they are felt, and it goes like that. And that I think is correct, and it is. So I can use that in my imaging of whatever's going on, and I see that it is occurring more as the sun's beaming us. These abilities are kicking in, and I feel it, and I use it, and it's working. So that much I can share and say it works. And where does it go? Well, if you don't have any of that shit going on, you're going to be fucked up by your plans are going to get knocked the fuck up because you'll be walking to your fucking meeting and you'll have a flash that'll tell you to go over here. And if you don't follow it, you won't get that $20 bill that you find floating in the air. Something like that that's pretty fucking close to about right, as I can tell you it is. Because you do need to have that of your intuition. I don't know what the fucking gut nervous system third brain of your stomach could tell you would have a third brain in your stomach's neurons. As weird as that sounds, don't picture a brain inside of your stomach though. If you do that, you're going to just dismiss it. And I'll show you something though. You see this fat motherfucker? He doesn't dismiss it. He takes it as it's a brain in his stomach. And this motherfucking fat stomach guy, he obviously used it. This is the leader of these other fucking weird not Buddha guys. I didn't know that until maybe yesterday. He asserted himself over and above them. And the weird thing, they're all the same guy. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know who the fuck he is. I know he's cool. I know he's a party fucking animal. I don't even know if I can keep up with him. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think I want to try at this point, but I'd like to know who the fuck his name is. So I'm going from there. Number 2 guy, and riddle me this. I'm not a Buddhist, so I can't tell you, but I do like opium, and this guy's just chilling. Fat dude smoking opium. Yeah, he's smoking opium. He's getting down right there. He's fucking opium will fuck your shit up. I love it. It's hard. You can't get opium anymore. It'd be cool. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Opium is a hell of a drug. Opium has a certain taste. If you ever got it, one time in my life I got it. It's got it burns into you smell it and taste it forever. The same with DMT. If you ever get DMT, it's mothballs. You will not associate with mothballs anymore. You will associate it immediately to DMT for the rest of your life. And it is incredible. If you've never had DMT, you're missing out. I tried to get my dad to. I wish I should have made the point a little harder. But anybody that's ever done acid has been tampered with because acid's no good. I don't give a fuck how good your acid. I don't care. It's still no good because it's the way your body processes acid. It builds a tolerance. It's just not good. But all the actual fucking entheogens and those actual fucking psychedelic compounds that are from the mushrooms and the different shit, those motherfuckers are great. And your body loves them. and it'll fucking do shit for your body that you need done that you just don't even know. And that's a fact. If you can microdose them, I'm sure it's better. It's definitely helping people that couldn't get it because of so many dumbass laws are just passed by assholes who just don't want people partying that they don't like. That's always been the case. It's sad that we can't even have all the drugs. We should. America should be able to have all the fucking drugs that are available, period. But if it wasn't a money issue, and it is, people ain't getting the money that they think they should, and they fight over it, and so that's shut down. And whoever they want to pin it on for being the America is no better than anyone else. There's no moral issue about any fucking drugs that even stands it because they're flooding our borders with them already. And if you account fentanyl into the process, and I would never in the fucking world do fentanyl. You got me fucking crazy. I would not do it. I got enough sense in my head not to want to fuck with that. But I also have enough sense in my head not to ever fuck with heroin because I done fucking fucked with heroin and I know how it does your body. I've learned. But having the experience to know what it feels like to have your every cell in your body freaking the fuck out because it doesn't do something, it got turned off because your dumbass put it into your body. I know. And maybe it's not for everyone. I don't want to know. I don't ever want to have that feeling again. It's bad. So smoking kind of does that with you. If you get back in the habit of smoking cigarettes, you feel that kind of way, but it's not close. You take the heroin, it's 10 times more, motherfucker. I don't even know why you would want to do a drug that would kill you and fuck you up more than heroin. Heroin's pretty fucking extreme. But as far as drugs go, that you can have that first fucking drug, I got it like this. So when I moved to Bastrop, I've told the early story earlier on how they fucked me in the fucking. They were going to send me straight to a boot camp because they were attacking me because of my lawyer, which was a surprise to me. But nonetheless, it happened. They were mad, so they were going to get me fucked up, and they wanted me for a longer period of time than I actually got to get away with by turning myself in later on upon my own. But I had to leave town in the heat of rush hour. I'm out of here. I fucking left, gathered my shit, and moved to Bastrop. That's how I got here. I stayed over at Little Bobby's. Little Bobby was a friend of my dad's. Little Bobby was a big ass dude. He was not little. He was the band manager or whatever the fuck his title was. But this motherfucker had just got out of prison for 14 years. You know what he was doing? He was burying fucking school buses and turning them into meth labs all over the place. Yeah, like industrial scale level shit. This motherfucker was he had gone through some sort of 14-year process. Because if you have religion and you have the jail or the prison system, guess what? You're gonna be fucking. You're gonna come out being some fucking Hebrew warlord or some shit. That's all I know for a fact. It was Hebrew with him, and whatever the fuck Bible done to him, he had converted into some sort of differentness. But one night, I'm sleeping on the fucking little pallet floor that I've slept in his room with him. Both of us just different stage of the same place in life. He wakes me up out of a dead ass sleep. He's like, hey, you want to get fucked up? I was like, absolutely. What are we going to do? He's like, well, you're going to have to drive. I was like, well, I can drive. I can get us there. All right. We're going to go out to Rosanke. So we drive out here to Rosanke, some fucking place. I don't fucking big ass house, big ass fucking badass house. This guy friend of his has got some sort of cancer and gonna die. And he's got the Dilaudid. And I don't know what the fuck that is. This motherfucker medicates, injects me with this goddamn Dilaudid. It felt like an octopus in my stomach grabbed my brain with his tentacles and pulled that motherfucker down. Because as soon as that shit hit me, my eyes started going to shut and there was cartoons coming down. I was like, whoa, the fuck? That's where I went. That's what I remember. I remember fucking making it home, driving the truck. It was fucking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. We make it back to the house. He didn't ever do that again. But I started to watch him a little closer as to what he wanted to do or whatever. Because I'm like, this is crazy. And it was badass though. Little Bobby was a badass. He was a crazy motherfucker and he was insane in some sort of way, but he was a great fucking dude. He died. He got the fucking stomach cancer and started taking the cure would have been the eating the hemp product, but he got it too late. The liver died from the cancer, but you could see it fucking getting his ass. It was fucked up. You know, the way cancer will kill people or brain tumor got fucking uh, Steve, it's just fucking, it's horrible, dude. Cancer's fucking horrible. I can't stand it. And when you get your different body parts taken out, you then learn very fast what role they play if they don't work and how that all works. But you're not thinking about it most of your life. You wouldn't fucking notice it, even at the point of it's affecting them. I didn't even get the fucking right information up until my dad's death. I would have fucking adjusted the shit a little bit differently, but I had no idea what the fuck was going because like he wasn't able to comprehensively tell me because of the toxins in his blood had him in a fucked up stupor ass state, and he was talking crazy jive shit just like a diabetic would. Diabetics will do the same thing. You'd be like, what the fuck? I remember my grandma just fucking yelling out crazy shit in the night. I had the wherewithal to call the ambulance, but she was saying some crazy shit by the time they got there. And this is diabetic coma going on or whatever the fuck, you know. But it's slightly different if it's the liver, but it's pretty close. You might not notice it, but you will when they. It was almost hilarious the shit she said because she called the fucking ambulance, the guy that the guy that will put you on the gurney. She was calling him a big black, and it was just it's that old fashioned racism was coming out because she did call people black, but they did. She had black lady friends, and they would say that shit too. So I don't know what to say about the N word, other than the old people were able to use it and deal with each other, and I watched that, so I didn't know what to think. It doesn't make it for me acceptable or whatever, but it's just saying like it's not. It's not. I think it's very important not to let words have the level of power over each other that could be the case. That's my final thought. Is that a good way to go? I think so because the power of words could be yielded wrong and almost always is. Black people have not managed that word very well. They don't give a fuck and they'll still want to kill somebody for saying it. That's inappropriate. That's not right. You shouldn't do that or let that happen because nobody's able to go back into time and be the racist you want to take it out on. And it wouldn't be right to do that. You should be able to come to that conclusion yourself. Hello. I mean, and most people do, but sometimes the wounds are everybody's fault that played the part, and it's up to you to do what better you can where you're at. People don't think like that a lot of times because you have to know each person on there where they're at. And how are you going to know that without knowing them? You have to spend some time back and forth, this and that and other. So be very careful who you give your pearls to. You spend those pearls on swine, they'll turn around and tear you up. That's just the way it is. I did get an interesting experience that told me I was on track with my friend lady because I watched her do something and then I called it out on her and it triggered the thing I was looking for, and it was a whole fucking mechanism that got rid of her in a way because it's what I was saying was going on. It was programming, and I found it because motherfucker had something smart ass wrote on a cup to be able to uh, bypass the assist that I was providing. And my way of unconscious dealing with it was not to read it, but to see it. And I saw it. So when I called back, what'd you write on the cup? Because the issue of cup is going to be emotions. So whatever programmer, probably guy down the street, because he's under the same problem too. They're both fucked up, but she doesn't have, like, she wants to jump in the spot where he's supposed to have healing occur, and she won't do it. She jumps into the spot and blocks it. That's the co-programming of two programmed people counteracting it. She will continue to be slave. It is slave. It's a slave program. It's kind of dumb, but I found it, and I got what I was looking for, and I figured out how to disable it. In my own wish to have learning and continuing education, I got it. It was hard to get. I found it. I saw what it did. I watched. I connected all the dots. I learned something new. But you wouldn't normally want to go to these extremes because it costs you at least something. But if you have these people in your life that have certain issues, even one, you may want to pursue something like that for the reason to get the information to undo it is far greater than any one thing you would have a problem with. That's just true. My mom tried to do some of the same shit with me, and that's how she held her world together. And for those of you who need to command and control the world, all the little aspects, and you freak out about little detailed shit, I would implore you for one day, let that shit go. Let it go, because there's nothing you can do. You got no fucking control over nothing. Really? It don't really matter. It don't. I know it don't matter. One fucking thing could knock you off a track, and then you'd be fucked up, and you'd still have to go through the same bullshit process of your emotions to get to the same point you're going to come if you was just able to let it go. And it's hard. But if you get something of significant shaking, imagine a hammer hitting you with emotional fucking power and transmitting you into a power. If you could just take the hit and let it go, but you're going to have every reason in the world your mind can possibly shoot at you to tempt you in a handcrafted way that give you an excuse, and you'll want to take them. They're great. They're the best you can get. That's their reason, though, because if you can just keep that disconnected and just let it go, you got power now. You got fucking a battery. That's what you get. You get a fucking battery. Every emotion you ever have, you could charge that battery up and turn it into something, many other things. Actually, many other things. Is it worth it? Yeah, it absolutely is. Your emotions are your power. They are. Whether it's good, happy, whatever it is, they all power the battery up the same. Now, the emotion of anger is kind of not, is you kind of want to separate that off on their own and just throw it away because of what it does to your body. You could take that to the bank and leave it out. Some of you may have such an emotional anger that you might not be able to do that and have anything left. That should tell you something. And I've seen some of these videos with these women that are screaming mad, crazy as fuck, yelling at people. Like the cop, that one was like they will yell at the cop, arrest him! Like, and they're so fucked up and they're so fucking in, that emotion makes you drunk even in your thinking process. It's true, it does. But it's the cortisol body effect that you don't notice, and it's way killing your ass way more than you'll ever realize. You'll have problems into your 40s, flaring up body from shit you're doing because you ain't got the sense to fucking not be angry. And some people don't learn. They don't. You might not get through to them, but you know, you would think it would be as easier case in some cases, but a lot of times people that you would never notice have this anger tucked in. They might go around the back and yell real loud or do something you might barely notice. But if you can help them, help them. Because even tucking it in is not a good idea. Tucking it in is going to cause it to explode. And think of all the things people could be doing that they want to do if they were able to do that. And that's the way society has led us. It tells us they tell us everything is nothing else. And it's sad because that's not right, number one, at all. Number two, there is so much more that we have the potential to do. And no, I don't even have to get into the afterworld shit. There's plenty of good reasons on Earth to figure that out. You should want that, right? Or not. It's up to you. Have a nice night.